What's going on, everybody? Kyle Powers here with Haven Real Estate Group at eXp Realty. K-State grad, turned contractor, turned real estate agent and investor. Today, I have a very special video for you guys. I was able to meet with Brent Sigman of the Oz Museum and the Columbian Theater over in Wamego. If you don't know Wamego, Wamego is a neighboring town to Manhattan. It is a beautiful little town, and if you don't know it, you definitely probably want to. A lot of good things going here, but today we are going to meet with Brent. Brent is going to give us a private tour of the Columbian Theater, give us all the history that comes with that and everything that there is to know about the Columbian and what they have going on down there in downtown Wamego. So if you guys would like, please go ahead and sit back, enjoy. This is going to be a wonderful example of what our community really is and what we can do to really kind of support our local theater and support our local history and everything that comes with that. So I'm going to go ahead and let Brent take it away for us, but I hope you enjoy the video. Let's go ahead and get going.
Hello and welcome to the Columbian Theater. I'm Brent Sigman, the Programming and Development Coordinator here. Going to take you on a tour around the Columbian Theater and kind of give you a little bit of history about the Columbian Theater as well. First, what we're going to do is we're going to take a step into our front gallery here, which has to do with everything of the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, and why that's pertinent to our building here is that our founder, J.C. Rogers, in the late 1800s, he was a prominent businessman and banker in the area. He and his wife wanted to put together some sort of entertainment venue for the community to kind of help liven up the community at the time. So J.C. Rogers decided to go and visit the Chicago World's Fair in 1893 to get some inspiration. And when he was there, he was absolutely wowed by everything that he saw. So he came back, told his wife everything, and when the Chicago World's Fair ended, he decided to go and bring back a whole bunch of things. So in here, this is talking a bit about the history of the World's Fair. So as you see here, one of the biggest pieces we have in here is the Ferris wheel. The Ferris wheel was created specifically for the World's Fair. And on this Ferris wheel, what you'll see are a bunch of different products like the Hershey bar and spray paint and Aunt Jemima's pancake mix and whatnot. These are all different products that were featured at the World's Fair and or premiered at the World's Fair as well. So these are kind of pretty neat things that you wouldn't think much about their history, but this is very cool history for us. Over here in this case, these are also all different products that made their premiere at the Chicago World's Fair. So as you see, there's a green pair of sunglasses. Sunglasses essentially made their premiere at that. There's different barware that's still used and whatnot. So all pretty neat stuff here. In this second one here, are the Colombian Guards. These are people that consisted of about 2,500 college students and militiamen from all over the country that basically stood guard at the Columbian Theater. So this is one of their official uniforms and kind of the saber that they used at the time. Over here, this kind of has some local ties. So there was a theater performer whose name was Belle Fleur, and she still has family in the Manhattan area. That was part of a touring theater group that was touring around the time of the Chicago World's Fair, even premiered there. And essentially what they would do is it would be a small group of actors who would have a rotation of 5 different shows that they would go and perform at these different theaters. And this was one of the original dresses that she wore. If you turn around behind us here, this is also her dresser trunk. So this would have, all of her clothes, all of her costumes, jewelry, whatnot, and these would essentially be loaded up on either ships or trains or trucks and be transported from town to town. It would be unloaded, taken to her dressing room, set up like this, and then at the end of the show, it would be packaged back up and be sent that way. one of the more fascinating things that we have in here, if you come out to the lobby and you see these pillars that are lining our lobby, these are all original pillars from the Chicago World's Fair that were brought back. Moving on into our gallery here, we're kind of moving on from the World's Fair. Now this is our Colombian Artists Gallery. And these are all local and regional artists who share their work here with us, and they even sell their work here. We do rotate this out every few months to keep it fresh, but it's another good way that we are able to help support the local artists in our area.
There's still more video to watch, so don't leave yet. But if you do enjoy this content, please go and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content. And give us that like because it does help us grow the channel. But let's go ahead and get back to Brent.
Coming this way, we're going to go up the stairs and we're going to kind of learn a bit about the history of the Columbian Theater itself. Along the walls here kind of tells the story here. So at one point, the Columbian Theater was a roller skating rink. It was a Buick dealership. If you take a look on here, Buicks used to cost, around $30. Don't we wish that cars, were that low today? This also used to be a funeral parlor, several different furniture stores before it was turned back into the theater that we know it today. Over here are just some artifacts that showcase what programming was kind of featured in the early days of the Columbian Theater. So there's some baccalaureates, there was some social parties, there was dances, and I always find this one fascinating because this is a dance card. So this is what the ladies would have, and gentlemen would come up and sign their names on the dance card, so she knew, who she was going to be dancing with that night. Coming up here to the this beautiful window here, and I'll turn it on for you so you can kind of see it even more. So this is another artifact that did come back from the Chicago World's Fair. It was part of the Brazil Pavilion, and this window was created by Frank Lloyd Wright. So that's a really awesome piece of history that we do feature here. Moving up the stairs, along this wall kind of features kind of our history of entertainment. So we did show silent films, and then when the talkies era came in, moved into the talkies. And then around 1950, much like a lot of rural theaters, things kind of closed down for a while, and that's when it became several different iterations of business. But in the 1990s, a group of local Wamego folk banded together to do kind of a downtown revitalization of Wamego, and they wanted to make the Columbian Theater its cornerstone project, to renovate it and bring it back to its glory that it once was. And so in November 1994 is when we had the ribbon cutting and grand opening event. The first public event that was held here was actually a New Year's Eve party in December of '95, and then the final stage of renovation was completed in 1998. What's neat about this piece of programming, it says An Evening with Christopher Parkening. This is a world-renowned guitarist who is also the grandson of our founder, J.C. Rogers. So we brought him in for our initial round of programming. And then we move into what we're doing, since we've opened to now. So we put on lots of plays and musicals. We even put on some locally written and produced programming. Our biggest one is our Hoo-Ha program. That is, we just celebrated our 20th year with that. And essentially what that is, it's a take off the old TV show Hee-Haw. So lots of Southern fried humor, lots of great music that features like country and rock and roll roll and gospel music, and it's an amazing fun night. It's one of our more popular programs that we have. Another homegrown one that we do is an Oz murder mystery. And we do that as a dinner theater. We just closed that a couple of weeks ago, and we had great success with it. We also do make sure that we provide something for the youth in our community. So we have 3 different what we call theater academies. We have a summer theater academy, a fall theater academy, and a winter theater academy. And it's just a great way to expose the youth of our community to what theater is and what theater can do. Moving up the steps here, these are our upcoming productions. We are getting ready to do our Fall Theater Academy, which is Music Man Junior. That's going to happen the weekend before Thanksgiving. And then we just started rehearsals last week on our holiday show, which is going to be Little Women. And that is a show that I am directing. And things are going really well with that. Moving in here to the upstairs lobby. So you see this ginormous window here. So that is, again, something that came back from the World's Fair. If you see those sconces that the speakers are on, and even if you look up at all the tiles, these are all things that are original to the 1893 World's Fair. Now, get ready for the piece de resistance. Follow me into the theater here. All of these murals that you see on the walls here and on the other side were original murals to that Chicago's World's Fair. These plus 2 others were found underneath our stage during the renovation. And so we had a professional restoration company come in, evaluate, take these away, and restore them to what you see today. We do have them come back every 5 years to evaluate them, to see, what needs to kind of get a little bit of a touch-up, so that we can, keep presenting these in the pristine nature that they need to be shown in. So these ones here, these 6, and there were 8 that were found underneath the stage, represent commerce. So over here on this side is commerce by sea. On the other side is commerce by land. There were 2 others that were found. One is featured at Caw Valley State Bank in their conference room downstairs. The other was found to be painted entirely by silver. On the front, not the back, on the front. So that one could not be restored. But it was painted silver because back during the silent films and the talkies, films were shown on the the silver screen. So that's why it was painted silver there. This is our stage where we put on a lot of our productions right now. We are in set design and set construction mode for both Music Man Junior and Little Women. But we do put on many productions here throughout the year. We even bring in some third-party acts like dueling pianos, tribute bands. We do a masked singer night, which is always fun. And what's great about our space here is right now we have it set up for dinner theater style, but this can be totally transformed into riser seating and floor seating as well. So we can, pretty much customize how we want this space to be presented and look to our public. We'll go back out here. Wanted to show you a couple of things out here. So back when it was movie theater, this is the original ticket booth. So quite small. You have to even be a small person to be in here. It was originally facing the other way, but I kind of found this to be kind of a cool thing. Over here, and I'm going to have you zoom in here on this picture. This is a rendering of the government building where those murals that you just saw came from. So if you look down here at the bottom, these were kind of where exhibits would be featured. Then the next level would be the murals that you saw. The third level, and I'll show you this here in a minute, are other kind of shorter but longer murals, and we have one in here that we'll see in a minute. And then even up higher is windows that you could outlook. So these were huge, grandiose buildings, and almost all of them were torn down at the end of the World's Fair. There's only one left right now, and that is the Museum of let's see, what was it? The Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago is the last one that's outstanding. So the ones, the murals that were a little shorter and longer, that's what this American eagle with the flag is. And we still have a couple of unrestored ones down in our archives as well. So that, in a nutshell, kind of gives you a tour of the Columbian Theater. I welcome you to come here. I'm happy to give you a tour, and I thank you so much for your time.
I just want to say thank you again to Brent for everything that you've done for us and helping the Columbian grow to what it's becoming today. All the continual shows and everything that comes up with that one. And if you guys haven't done so, please reach out to him. Please give them a call, talk to them, see what kind of stuff that they have there going on. I'll put the link for their website and everything in the comments or in the description below. Go visit the Columbian. Go enjoy the history that we have in such a short drive going from Manhattan and anything that comes with that. I promise you, you will not be disappointed in what Brent and his crew have to offer there at the Columbian. Go ahead and put it in the comments below. I'd love to know what your favorite shows have been at the Columbian, because again, I know that there's a lot of great stuff out there, and I know that Brent will continue to grow the following and continue to grow what they have here. So if you haven't done so already, go and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content. And please, 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 please share this video with somebody who might be interested in the Columbian. I want to get them out there. I want to help them grow their following and everything that they have and everything that they're building right now, because it is a fantastic building, as you just saw. If you guys do have any questions, or if there's anything that you need, either put in the comments below or reach out to me. My phone number is 785-477-5485. My email is kyle@holmesforsale@mhk.com. Please reach out if there's anything I can do to help you out, or if there's anything that you have, any questions that you may have about our local area. As always, I'm here to help you with your real estate needs. Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or anything real estate related, I'm here to help. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy this content. Let's go ahead and we'll make sure you see the other videos. Thank you very much. We'll talk soon.